strong people finally getting into our own, Give me respect. Make it, man. No fake it, just take it.
What's good with it, y'all? It's your boy Santo G, back at it. You already know, spreading unity, prosperity, and respect. Above all, if you're new here, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell. It don't cost you nothing, and it will help out this channel. So today, I wanted to just get back into the prison stories, and I wanted to touch on pretty much sleeping next to a norteño for the first time. Not only being around them, but being in a prison where it's an open setting prison, it's a dorm. You do have like a wall, a big wall. Say you walk in a building, it's gonna be A section, it's gonna be broken down into 3 sections. It's gonna be A section, B section, and C section. And there's a big gate blocking each one, but they do open them throughout the day. So you're in an open setting, and the only thing blocking, say, A, B, and C, like I said, it's the big gate. But inside each section, I want to say there's at least like 6 cubicles. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, probably like 3 or 4 on top, and then 3 and 4 on the bottom. And the only thing separating those is a big concrete wall. I'm gonna see if I could get a picture, and I'll put it up right here. So that's what it looks like. So inside your cubicle, it could be anywhere from like 8 to 10 people. And there's, I want to say, probably like 4 and 4. So 4 bunks, that's 8 bunks. 2 people per bunk, 16 people. So you could be in the first cubicle, say as soon as you walk in, you're in the first bunk, and right next to you, it could be a white boy, it could be it could be another homie. But at that point in time, there was norteños there, so it could also be a norteño to where now you're going to sleep and waking up. Every day you go to sleep and you wake up, you look next to you, and it possibly will be a norteño, you feel me? Like I said, we was programming, everything was good. And to be honest, it kind of sounds weird, right? In an aspect, right? Like as far as you getting ready and you going to war and stuff like that, like if it was back then, maybe you'll be a bad thing, like damn, you know, like. But there was some northerners that they preferred to be with other races and not with a homie right there, because motherfuckers be just watching, be on the comadre stuff, you feel me? And sometimes you do chop it up. Like I said, every time I do a video like this, man, I gotta say shout out to the homie Snoop from Lindsay. You know what I mean? Solid ass homie right there. But there was a couple of northerners, you feel me, that I done chopped it up with, done time with, and they were solid homies, you feel me? Like, the only thing that made them different is that they was on that side, you feel me? But when you sit down, chop it up, get to know each other, man, they just like you, they just like us. So to me, that was different, you feel me? It was different from going, like I said, when I was out of state in Oklahoma, you feel me? This was, I went from being out of state in Oklahoma, and in Oklahoma, I mean, although I was around them, right? But I never once went outside to the day room with them, like at all. It was only interaction throughout the door, seeing them pass by and stuff like that. And yeah, like I said, they would come to the door. I had now I'm going on a whole viaje, but when I was in Arizona, I ended up getting a boop out, homies getting into it with Juras, and they ended up moving me to Oklahoma. This was in, I want to say it was like 2010, like the end of 2010, around like September. So boom, I end up getting to Oklahoma. When I get to Oklahoma, Soon as I get there, they tell us like, hey, it's on site right here. You feel me? Like, if them doors pop and you're able to get out of Norteño, it's on site. It's boop out, boop out, boop out. But like I said, it was locked down so much out there that the only interactions I had with them was through the door. Me seeing them, and they were programming, we weren't. They were out there having day room. I believe the blacks were having day room. I believe it was probably everybody except us. I'm not sure if the Woods were programming with them or not. On my Woods, any Woods can tell me, you know what I mean? But so we were slammed down. They would come out, and when they would come out, they would come to my cell. It's on site, literally on site. If something was to happen, them doors were to pop, boop out, boop out, boop. And they knew that, we knew that, but they would still every day come to my door like, hey, what's up, my G? You need anything? You need any coffee? You need any sopas? They had ice machines inside the building to be like, hey, you need me to go get you some ice? And they would do it. My celly would stay asking them to charge his batteries outside of the cell. Why? I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But boom, that. Right? Before we even get off of lockdown, they end up moving all the Norteños to Arizona. All my people in here, y'all can verify that, y'all can, you know what I mean? So at a point in time, once they COs, like people started dropping kites and stuff like that, allegedly. So the COs just ended up saying, fuck that. They got out of the Norteños out of state and just sent them out to Arizona. So it was Arizona was mainly Norteños, a Norteño prison, and then Oklahoma and Mississippi was homies. The homies did have one whole building in Arizona of nothing but homies, but I'll get to that later with a whole different story of a homie getting got. But boom, that happens. Never have no interaction besides behind the door, right? But like I said, they was respectful. That's one thing I gotta say. They always kept it respectful. And so did we, you feel me? Like, that's one thing that was always taught. So, boom. And points go down. They change the point system. I end up coming back. They send me back to California. From Oklahoma back to California. I end up catching a little knife case. And I end up in New Corcoran. So now this is where I'm around Norteños, you feel me? Like, now I'm programming with them. If you guys didn't hear the story of when I first hit that yard and I'm walking with my property, I see a crowd of homies. I'm thinking they're homies, you feel me? I didn't even know it was there with them type shit, you feel me? I'm thinking they homies. Woo, woo, woo. See a crowd coming, they ask me like, you a homie? Like, yeah. Put my property down. Soon as I put my property down, they seen the 1-3 on my stomach. And they was like, oh, turn around. Then I start seeing another crowd of homies. His actual homies come up to me like, what's up, my boy? Woo, woo, woo. Shout out to homie Ray from Chino Sinners. Shout out a couple of the other homies that were there, you feel me? So, boom, what's up? They're like, oh yeah, we are here with Norteños, but right here is cool. Like, we programming together, you feel me? They got a gallo, we got a gallo. When I first got there, we had, if you guys are wondering what a gallo is somebody that stays up during the night while everybody sleeps. They stay up and they just keep point, they watch. Make sure that ain't no homies getting crept up on, so on and so forth, you feel me? We both had gallos, and that's the way it was. Like, it was peace, but everyone was on their toes still. But everyone was respectful. Like I said, there was pointed times where, shout out Snoop, like he would say himself, like, cause my boy would do his thing, and every time he would look out like, boom, here you go. Hey, rack this up right here, fool. Like, make me one, make yourself one. Like, I'll be back right now. Rack it up, he'll come back. My boy, good looking. Hey, that's you right there. That's you and the fellas. Like, what? Serio? Good looks. Hey, key point. I'ma do this, I'ma do that. You feel me? Whatever the situation was, man, we had each other's back because we had a certain understanding. But we knew that if anything happened, if, say, a homie got off on one of them or they got off on one of the homies, we knew, like, hey, you run that way, I'll run this way, big dog, you feel me? But, hey, if we cross paths, it's business, you feel me? But 9 times out of 10, you feel me, it's gonna be like you go that way, I go this way, and it's none personal, it's none but it's just business, you feel me? But just wanted to touch on that, a little different one, man. Let me know what you guys want me to touch on. I'm gonna check the comments and I'm gonna start knocking out more videos. I've been throwing it out there, seeing what you guys like, what you guys don't. And I know these prison stories, man, you guys like them, you guys rock with them. And that's why y'all subscribe. So we're gonna go back to the basics. I appreciate everybody, man. Your boy Santo G, real raw and uncut. Salute.
We got our own clique, strong, finally getting into our own.